Hey everybody, this is Drew over at Rev Hiker Outdoors, and today I wanted to do a video on my EDC, or my everyday carry. I've seen a lot of videos where guys will have a pack or a fanny pack or something like that, or they have all this stuff, and for me that's just not realistic. My ins and outs of my different jobs that I have and things that I do, I can't carry a pack like that every day. And honestly, like probably most people, I'm not in the woods every single day. I don't spend a ton of time in the woods during the week. There's guys like Dave Canterbury where I think he spends the majority of his time out in the woods. I think for the most part, for most people, that's just not true. So this is my practical EDC, my everyday carry. These things are on my person every day. Wherever I go, I can carry them into any store. It's not a big deal. So these are the things that I carry. So the first thing I'll talk about is my Leatherman. Nothing special here, guys. I mean, a lot of people know about the Leathermans. I have the ChargeTTI. Is it bigger? And is it a little bulky? Yeah, but I've literally had this thing for years. This has been always with me. I love this thing. There's so many uses. I can't tell you how many times I use this thing a day for a million different things. It's so useful. I use this constantly. I use the bits for all different stuff. I mean, this is so handy whether it's an issue with your vehicle, or with my motorcycle, or when I'm working outside, or I mean, I use the pliers all the time. The blades are constantly being used. The saw, the file. I mean, these things are great. I think something similar to this should be in everybody's EDC. If for whatever reason, sometimes when I travel, I can't bring this with me. I went to Haiti for about a week, and I couldn't get this in, and it drove me nuts. It was horrible. I feel naked. If I can have nothing else, this is the one thing that I definitely want all the time. So that's that. That's the Leatherman ChargeTTI. Another thing I carry, this is a good EDC blade. Super light, nice and thin. You guys can see it's really not too thick. This is the CRKT Ken Onion Design Ripple. Okay, and this is not the not the expensive Ripple. There's two versions. This is the less expensive Ripple, but I still like it. It's not a super high quality stainless, but it still does the job for me. I like it. I like the black color. It's a nice blade. It's nothing super expensive or super great, but it's an EDC blade. I'm not looking for this thing to perform to the maximum all the time. It's just, a little knife that's on you. I love the ball bearings on this. Comes out so smooth. You can do everything with one hand if you want. It's good. Even me being a lefty, it still works nicely. So anyway, I like that. I really haven't had any issues with this thing. This did fall out, and I don't know where that went to, but it really hasn't seemed to affect the knife negatively. I probably will be contacting these guys and trying to get a new one. But anyway, I've enjoyed this knife. It's been a good knife for me. Now onto this. You can see this is pretty thin. Again, I'm not going to carry a fanny pack. It's just not going to happen. I want something that is just kind of the bare minimum of what I might need during the day, and so this fit the bill. I think this was like some cheesy little case that a Ninja Star came in that someone gave me as a gift. And now I think the Ninja Star is sticking into my wall somewhere, and so I pirated the case and I use it for the rest of my stuff. So the first thing in here is, again, for my Leatherman, which I love. These are all the most common bits that I use. It comes with two sets of these. and tons of different bits, and I just picked the ones that I most commonly run into. So I've got you know, the bigger Phillips, the small Phillips, some square drive bits, some star drive bits. These stars are the ones that fit my other knives, to do little repairs on them or to tighten them as needed. The rest of these are Allen keys, which I find very useful. I can adjust different things and tighten different things on my bow, on my guns. So these are the most commonly used bits, and that's why I stuck them all in there and made one thing out of it. Next thing is just some band-aids with some of this, like this, I don't know, it's like that stretchy, wrinkly stuff, but it's really good if you have a bigger wound to hold a wrapping on. So I just kind of wrap the band-aids in that. Nothing special. It gets the job done. It's enough in case I have, you know, minor injuries. You know, again, if I'm going into the wilderness, I carry more than this, but this is just all day, everyday stuff. Got a bunch of electrical tape wrapped around a little tiny piece of cardboard here. This comes in handy all the time. You know, you need to tape something up, you need to wrap something, whatever. It's definitely come in handy. And the last thing that I keep in here, excuse me, two more things. The first I'll show you is just this. It's a razor blade. Comes with a little paper guard attached to it. This can come in handy. And the last thing, which I really don't need in there, but I had the room and this thing's so small, is the SOG Micron 2. Just a little tiny blade. You know, so I don't know, whatever. It definitely doesn't need to be in there. I've got two blades on this blade, but I threw this in there simply because I wanted to, and it's so slim. I mean, you can see how thin that thing is, that who really cares? I don't even notice it. It has almost no weight to it, and it's a decent little blade. You know, it's a cheap 440 stainless blade, but I'm not looking for this thing to save my bacon. It's just a little beater if I need one. So anyway, that is my practical everyday, you know, EDC. I'm not one of these guys that has 9 pistols strapped to them and gigantic survival knives and big tactical flashlights and all that stuff. This is just practical stuff that I literally use all the time. If I was going to take anything out, it would be this, if I wanted to, but like I said, it takes up almost no space, so I leave it in there. And these are the ones that I like. These are the ones that I use. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to thumbs up, comment if you want, and subscribe. So I just kind of plant this right where I want it. There we go.